If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy. Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What, did you expect it to have an entourage?
This. The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues, of all things.
Pure madness. How could someone be so utterly naive?
Agreed. Call me skeptical, but...
Horse hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
Seven, aid me! I needed that.
Your veins are generous!
Vermin! What? Confound it!
Bless the Seven, I am restored!
Face the unending darkness.
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
Our orders say to report to our contact in Sicil, not to waste precious time outside the city walls.
Don't our orders also say to investigate Sicil for evidence of source?
Feet again.
don't have the right tool for digging.
Ghostly masquerade!
Sharp weapon deals more damage.
I feel better already!
On the mend!
Chaos grips my hands today.
You were right there. Well, there we have it. 2 dead legionnaires.
They deserved it, the cretins.
Right you are. I'll not share.
Bah!
cannot escape the noxious fumes.
Take no prisoners!
Keep
time of your death is... Did you see that? Those orcs had a human commander.
How very curious, and how very disquieting.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
Back on my feet again.
Into the fray once more.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel.
In the harbor! We need help! Fast!
Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil.
Fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful gore. An orc in love. When this little Sharon fades, she'll liberate the flesh from our faces.
Come now, do not scream and gleam. Huh? Do. Upon my fear, I will kill.
Your gaze, and I'll handle this stress for all our sakes.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you hurt a horn on her head.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
Nonsense. Listen. She's purring, darling.
What fool would thrust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful gore?
Not even a skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
An orc in love? Ha! When this little Sharon fades, she'll liberate the flesh from our faces.
Come now.
You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city. So you were, and so you weren't. There we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll... Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed. But she seems a likely candidate, to be sure. But that would make her a sorceress. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake. A human, you say? Truly? And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. Ah, the undead. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane. Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. We've cordoned off the western beach where there's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon, to be out in the night, to stalk on silent... But of course, it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines with... I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Once you're there, just take the stairs. But do pay a visit to Aureus first. And with that...
Sex, undead, orcs. Looks like I have my work cut out for me.
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her.
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her. The ship's blazing ever higher. We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her. Here's the biggest bucket we've got. The ship's blazing ever higher.
Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
The ship's blazing ever higher.
Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire. We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her. Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire. Come on, men! Put your bags into it! We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her. Are these the biggest buckets we've got? We need more help. She's lost. Are these the biggest buckets we've got? What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
What if the orcs are sending another fleet? Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
We need more help or she's lost.
What if the orcs are sending another?
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her.
These the biggest buckets we've got.
One of the orcs are sending another fleet. We need more help, or she's lost. Come on, man! Put your back into it!
Come on, man, put your backs into it.
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
Save that ship all by your lonesome. Quite the feat. If I had the magic touch about me, I thought the old gal's fate was sealed when the... Oh, hell, I thought...
Shores? Here? Inside Seal? That was some fast madness. Thought we were...
Sauce? A ship's...
Zombies, skeletons, you know the story.
Our home, our livelihood, all sunk in these bleeding orcs. I can't... Well, we were merchants. With our ship gone, nothing for it but to get a job. That was a right stunning show of magic you pulled, it was.
Have you found us a job yet? Well, we were these well, you never know when... That was a right... and don't forget the time you got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
That's why we never sailed the Yistle Gore anymore.
Speaking of youthful jaws, that Lucy Legionnaire really thinks that off the charm, looks it.
I wouldn't let it all in 500 yards. I love nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal carriage with a joyride?
No, it is. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
Is that why we never sailed the Yistle Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful jaws, a ship's who knows.
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicily? Names those, I'll tell you. The only time I'd consider waging a suicide campaign like that would be if whatever I sought was something worth dying over.
At the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yethel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful jaw, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst! Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feather's coach for a joyride?
No, he didn't. He drove it straight to the bubble back.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
This place reeks of orc stench.
Well, a source hunter. A very hearty welcome to our humble warehouse. Have a look around. Right. And, of course, have you talked to him? Thinks every man, woman and child who steps foot in this place wants to rob it blind. If I so much as greet a town's... This Jake business is quite the scandal. No, then again, and you didn't hear this, but I imagine his youngest, Kimberly, won't mind. Oh, it's an unparalleled play. God, duty's not so bad, eh?
Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace.
Just making conversation, mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please
This place
turn your
reeks of orc
phrases
stench.
elsewhere?
What fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful Gore?
Oh, too bad indeed. Not even a skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
An orc in love? Ha! When this little charm fades, she'll liberate the flesh from her.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
For an honest day.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks. I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
It never ends around. Oh, you think you can speak that way to us? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hub. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very Mendius at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what... Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become... See here, you and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter...
Green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen. Get it while it's fresh. This batch...
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled and that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the the fabulous five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get... What a gem of a question. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights in... By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. Work hard. Fulfill contracts. Enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you... Of course, of course, of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little autograph. What do you say?
The finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Oh, how frightfully disappointing. How illogical and short-sighted of you. To deny...
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the dock. This here's my family business. Yes, there's been a Roberts escorting stiffs into the next life since the foundation of Scythian itself. They don't write epics about morticians, but I'm proud of my work nonetheless. Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low by the orcs and such like. I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a respectable send-off?
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become. If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampage...
Careful now. Your head's going more swirling than saffrons, I dare say.
Ah, you return, and Mendius at your service. They call...
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days.
Tell me, Alistair.
I'll tell you. It sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him.
Ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't... Medora's the name. Heavens haunted. Let's see, I'm here on... Well, there's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run of... What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil by the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip. And well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till... I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Councillor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make sure... Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the... That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it?
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to I am the Duke of Ferrell. It's very tragic.
Myself with such things.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back. I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle him. A magnificent ship she was. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, so I was. What friends I had. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me to Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I had serenaded her and braved many... By all means. People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot.
That purring sound. Mind control vibrations, I'm sure. Don't be seduced, comrades.
Once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I...
A source hunter! I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted heart. I think I'm one of the last folks to... Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did? I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her. Damn my eyes. But I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. All you see before you is the mast. Mind if we keep our voices down over that room where it happened? It was rented to a certain woman, though I regret to say I can't. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me. By the time I burst into that room, it was horrible. Whoever done it has escaped through the window. But I saw Neri. Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know? He's called the Duke of Ferrell. A high title for a... Well, between you and me, things have been rather... 3 hopeless sailors. Truly wish I could help you, but...
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't...
The closest I've come to my match is when I...
A source hunter. Don't... Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome. That I am. I have spent more of my life. You wouldn't believe. Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
By the filed teeth of Sulumar's soul shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria!
The hunters go stalking in the night.
By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood!
The hunters go stalking in the night.
By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood! By the filed teeth of Sulumar's soul shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria! by the filed teeth of Sulumar's soul shredder. The end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria! Here I wait for thee in the dark, but the stand.
My name is Eglandir Twil Selanar, elf of the House of Gandavum.
Yes, yes. Have you made the orc feel the black and biting cold center toward the... Yes, Victoria. She is the one whose heart must be held in hand, the heart around which the fingers of that hand must clench and tighten until its choking flesh bulges with blood and its beat. The orcs of Gazuldagar. Her name is that of a woman, Victoria.
Watch out! I smell. Oh, the fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Surely you've met your match once or twice. That's only roast pig.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. This time.
Look careful. Hold! Our enemies have lain a trap.
Make the best...
Back on my feet.
Assist me, friends!
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous
Dark
we become.
leech this evil from my blood.
I'm dying.
As good as a new penny.
I'm dying.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Ah, pointless chatter with... How can I... How curious of you.
Tell me, Have you ever had the fortune?
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
I don't have the right tool for digging. Looks like that dog is awfully agitated. Is he trying to tell me something?
So many dead civilians. It's an honor.
Hey! Wow! I was wondering where that awesome... I'm Murphy, Jake's dog. Wow, you smell great. Have you been... You know who I miss? Jake. Sometimes he'd just sit there being awesome. And I'd give him this look like, you smell great. I came here so I could smell Jake again. He smelled great. But whatever's buried there doesn't smell like... If I ever find out who killed Jake... Oh, wow! You smell even better than last... I came here...
Rest in peace.
Here lies Kavanagh.
Where are you?
Will they have Sicilia's gem in the afterlife? Please do not disturb.
Peace be with you, traveller. I once lived... Lord, she would...
Here lies
May
Jake.
the seven
Please do not disturb.
Are you here, Jake? Jake!
That's a sheep. Where's Jake's corpse?
I smell... rotten lamb
Rest in
chops.
peace, darling.
Wow, that dead sheep smells pretty great. I mean, wow. But it's nothing compared to Jake. You know who I miss? I came here. Someone stole Jake. Jake stole my ball once, but then he threw it far, and I went and I got it. Listen, if you go around town and find someone who you think might have done it, bring me a really stinky something of theirs. And I'll see if I can smell Jake on it. An awesome smell. I couldn't mistake it. Esmeralda. Ugh, terrible smell. Like flowers and soap. Not awesome. Ugh, hated her. Aureus is kind. Jake has the best smell. I'd know it anywhere. Did it join you? No way. I mean, you without my best friend, the most...
Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer in yonder shadows. Ask away, my friend. There's an on top. Now, don't get me, but from what I suspect, Valacine, a loose lip, hardly that. You mean you don't know? It's no coincidence the order is way back when. Don't let the name fool. In the days of old, though, by now it's been centuries since anything more dangerous.
Namrus is the greatest.
Here lies Catherine. I know, I was great.